The hallway smells of antiseptic and sleepless hours. I move through it like a ghost wearing my own skin. Each step feels borrowed, each breath too heavy to carry. The monitor beeps, the call bell rings, someone needs me. I answer automatically, hands steady, heart destroyed. My mind replays his voice again and again. With my everything feels safe but empty, I fake it most of the time. Those words crawl beneath my skin like a cold fever. I count pills, adjust IVs, smile when I should. No one notices the tremor behind my practiced calm. I am a machine powered by heartbreak. The phone vibrates in my pocket, once, twice, 5 times. Messages from him blink like sirens I refuse to see. Baby, call me, I didn't mean it. I was drunk, please talk to me. I silence the screen and tuck it deep away. Silence feels safer than forgiveness. Outside, dawn begins to smudge the windows gray. The world wakes while I crumble quietly inside. Every word he said rewrites the story I believed in. Every memory curdles into something false. I remember how he kissed me yesterday, soft and routine. Now I know that kiss was a script he memorized. I laugh once, sharp and wrong, just to feel real. A patient asks for water, and I nod automatically. My voice sounds distant, belonging to someone else. The clock ticks toward morning with cruel precision. When my shift ends, I sit in the locker room staring at nothing. The others talk about breakfast, about sleep, about plans. I tie my shoelaces slowly, delaying the return to my ruined life. In the mirror, I see a woman I almost recognize. Her eyes are dry, but something inside them is dying. The engagement ring catches the light again. It shines like it knows it's lying. I pull my hair loose, my hands trembling. 3 years together, built on promises that now taste hollow. He said, safe but empty. I repeat it silently until the words lose shape. Maybe I was always the safe one, never the spark. Maybe I was the calm he needed to hide his restlessness. But love shouldn't be about containment. Love should burn and build, not smother and fake. I grab my bag and walk outside. The cold air bites, sharp and cleansing. In the parking lot, I finally let the tears come. They fall fast, without restraint like confession. I cry for the woman who believed she was loved. I cry for the future that no longer exists. The phone buzzes again on the seat beside me. His name lights up the screen, glowing like guilt. I stare at it until the light fades away. Then I start the engine, but do not drive. For the first time, I don't know where to go. I only know I can't go back. Not to him, not to who I was. The sun rises slowly, indifferent, above everything I've lost. I close my eyes and whisper the only truth I have left. It's over, and maybe that's the beginning. He waits by the door when I arrive home. Same shirt as yesterday, wrinkled, desperate, familiar. His eyes search mine, looking for softness that isn't there. Thank God, he breathes. You're finally here. I drop my bag, keys clattering on the floor. Lan, listen, it wasn't what you think. The words scrape against the silence between us. I was drunk. I said things I didn't mean. I stare at him, hearing the echo of his recording. With I fake it most of the time. Those weren't drunk words. They were truth escaping. He reaches for me, but I take a step back. Play it, I say quietly. Let's listen together. His face drains of color. I deleted it. Of course he did. Erasing evidence is easier than honesty. Then we'll listen to the copy on my phone. I unlock it, his panic flickering like lightning in his eyes. He exhales, shoulders slumping. It doesn't matter, Lan. If it doesn't matter, I say, then why are you afraid? Silence stretches long enough to hurt. When he finally speaks, his voice cracks. It wasn't the first recording. The air leaves my lungs all at once. He looks away, ashamed, cornered by his own truth. You've been having doubts for months. He nods barely. I thought they'd fade, they didn't. Every word feels like a tiny fracture in my ribs. I open his phone, scroll through messages. Lines of conversation with Lynn, his sister, unfold like betrayal. "She deserves better than half of you," she wrote. "I know," he answered, "but ending it now would crush her." My throat burns. "So you stayed because you pitied me." He shakes his head, tears starting, useless and late. "No, I wanted to want you. I really did." Wanting to want is not love, it's survival. I stand taller, something inside me hardening. "How long have you been pretending?" He opens his mouth, closes it again. "That long," I whisper, "all this time." The ring on my finger feels heavier than gold. I twist it once, twice, then pull it free. It leaves a pale circle on my skin, like a ghost. He steps forward. "Please, we can fix this." "There's nothing to fix," I say, "only to end." I walk to the bedroom and grab a suitcase. Clothes slide from hangers in quiet defiance. He follows, pleading, bargaining, unraveling. "It was one mistake." "No," I say, folding a shirt. "It was a pattern." He grabs my arm, then lets go, afraid of himself. I zip the bag and lift it, heavier than my heart. In the kitchen, I place the ring beside the coffee maker. "You'll see it in the morning," I tell him. He whispers my name like a prayer too late. At the door, I pause, not to look back but to breathe. "I'm not throwing away 3 years," I say softly. "I'm saving the rest of my life." The latch clicks shut behind me. For the first time, the silence feels clean. Mai's apartment smells like chamomile and laundry soap. She doesn't ask questions when I arrive with my suitcase. Just opens the door wider and says, "You can stay as long as you need." I nod, too tired for words, too hollow for tears. That night I lie awake, staring at the ceiling fan spinning slowly. Every turn feels like time mocking me. His voice plays on repeat in my mind, soft and poisonous. With Mai, everything feels safe but empty. I fake it most of the time. I whisper it into the dark until it stops sounding real. By morning, my phone glows with unread messages. 21 texts, 3 missed calls, 1 voicemail. "Please, just talk to me." "I made a mistake." "You're overreacting." The shift from apology to accusation takes less than a day. I turn the phone face down and push it away. Mai makes breakfast, eggs and toast, her silence gentle. "You don't have to be okay yet," she says softly. I nod again, swallowing the lump in my throat. The coffee burns, but I welcome the pain. At least it feels honest. Later, I scroll through my calendar and see the reminder. Dress fitting, 10 a.m. next Saturday. I delete it without hesitation, my hand steady for once. The cancellation calls begin that afternoon. Venue, florist, photographer, all the voices blur together. "I'm sorry to hear that, Miss Lan." "No, I understand about the deposit." "Yes, please confirm the cancellation." Each confirmation feels like cutting another thread loose. By the 4th call, I stop apologizing. By the 8th, I stop shaking. When it's over, I stare at the balance in my account. 7,000 lost, but I've bought my freedom. My mother leaves a voicemail full of confusion and denial. My sister sends a short text, "Proud of you." I cry again, but this time the tears are clean. In the evening, I sit on Mai's balcony watching the city lights. The air smells like rain and new beginnings. For 3 years, I built my life around someone else's orbit. Now I have to learn how to spin on my own. The thought terrifies me, but also steadies me. The next morning, I open my laptop and check the hospital's job board. The coordinator position is still there, waiting. I start updating my resume, fingers trembling but determined. When I hit send, something shifts in my chest. A small bloom of pride among the ruins. Later, Mai finds me staring out the window, lost in thought. "Do you miss him?" she asks. "I miss who I thought he was," I say. The truth lands softly but stays. That night, I sleep for the first time without dreams. No recordings, no apologies, no pretending. Just silence, deep and full, like peace learning my name again. The email arrives just after sunrise. Subject line: interview confirmation, nurse shift coordinator. I stare at it for a full minute before opening it. They want to meet tomorrow morning at 9. My hands shake, not from fear but from disbelief. I whisper to myself, they actually want me. For years, I had waited for someone else's permission to shine. Now, no one is standing in my way. My grins when I tell her. About time, she says. Her words feel like a hand on my back, pushing me forward. That night, I iron my scrubs and polish my shoes. No wedding dress, no veil, no borrowed dreams. Just a woman choosing herself for the first time. The next morning, the hospital feels different. The halls smell the same, but the air carries promise. During the interview, I speak without hesitation. Confidence slips out of me like breath. When the director smiles, I know I've done well. Welcome aboard, she says before I even leave the room. Outside, the sunlight hits me like applause. For the first time in months, I feel whole. Back at work, the whispers spread quickly. Lan got the coordinator job, someone says by the lockers. Sarah leaves a note on my desk. Proud of you. Little yellow hearts doodled in the corner. I keep it folded in my pocket all day. Each hour feels lighter, each task more alive. Even the patients notice. You're glowing, one tells me. I laugh, maybe I am. Maybe freedom looks like this. At home, Mai finds me doing yoga in the living room. You're a cliché, she teases. I laugh again, not caring. Let me be one. My body moves awkwardly, but my mind is still. Later, I journal under the soft glow of a lamp. I write about mistakes, about strength, about new rituals. Morning coffee on the balcony. Evening walks without checking my phone. Simple things that feel sacred now. The old me would have filled the silence with him. The new me fills it with breath. Days turn into weeks. The ache dulls, replaced by a quiet steadiness. I still catch myself reaching for my phone sometimes. Habit, not hope. Each time I stop myself, I smile. Progress isn't loud, it's patient. One afternoon, a patient's husband thanks me for staying late. His gratitude hits deeper than he knows. For so long, I gave love without being seen. Now I am seen for what I do, not who I belong to. The hospital hums with its usual rhythm. But inside me, something new beats louder. Not love, not anger, just peace. I realize I've built a life that fits me. No borrowed pieces, no compromises, no pretending. And for the first time, I don't feel like half of anything. I am whole, all on my own. The new apartment smells like paint and possibility. Boxes line the walls, my handwriting scrawled across each one. Clothes, books, kitchen. Half my life fits into cardboard now. It's smaller than the place I shared with him, but it's mine. I open the curtains and sunlight floods in, warm and honest. No more granite counters, no more perfect beige walls. Just chip tiles and freedom. I breathe, and the air feels like ownership. Mai helps me unpack, humming off-key as she works. When we finish, she hugs me tight. You did it, she whispers. You came back to yourself. That night, I sit on the floor eating noodles from the pot. The silence doesn't feel lonely anymore. It feels earned. 2 days later, he appears at the hospital lobby. A bouquet of lilies hides most of his face. My favorite flower, now turned into an apology. The receptionist looks confused. He says he's your fiancé. The word stings, like salt on healing skin. He's not, I say simply. I slip into the staff bathroom and count my breaths. When I come out, the flowers sit abandoned on the counter. He'll try again, I know him too well. And he does. Messages, calls, sudden coincidences at the cafe near my building. Each one a ghost refusing to die. Then his mother calls, her voice sugar wrapped in guilt. "Sweetheart, marriage is hard. People say things they do mean." I listen quietly, letting her talk. Finally, I say, "He didn't say it in anger, he said it in truth." The silence on the other end is sharp. "You're throwing away something real," she insists. "No," I say, "I'm throwing away what was never real." I hang up before she can answer. The next day, an email arrives from him. Subject: "We can fix this if you just try." He lists therapists, articles, promises. 3 years, he writes. "Don't give up so easily." I stare at the words until they blur. If I just try. I'd been trying for years, alone. Now it's his turn to sit in the silence he created. That night, Mai helps me box up the last of his things. His books, his mugs, the concert tickets from our second date. Artifacts of a story that never truly belonged to me. "You want me to drop them off?" she asks. I nod. I don't need to see him again. The next morning, I delete his number. Then his photos. Then finally, his name from my contacts list. Each deletion feels like exhaling dust. I close my social media, too tired for performance. The quiet that follows is stunning. Like stepping outside after a long storm. When the hospital offers me the promotion officially, I almost cry. He texts minutes later, as if he knows. "You never said you wanted that job." I type slowly, carefully. "You never asked what I wanted." I press send and close the phone. The message feels final, like a door locking from the inside. This time, I hold the key. 3 months pass before I see him again. By then, my apartment smells of lavender and coffee. The walls glow soft purple, a color he once called childish. I love it for that reason alone. Plants crowd the windowsill, reaching toward the morning sun. Each leaf feels like proof that things can grow again. Yesterday would have been our wedding day. I waited for the sadness, the collapse, the regret. It never came. Instead, I woke up light, unburdened, a little amazed. My phone buzzes with a tag from Mai. Photos from the hospital picnic, me laughing mid-sentence. The woman in that picture looks alive. I whisper, "That's me," and it feels true. Later, I stop by a cafe to escape the heat. The bell above the door jingles softly as I enter. That's when I see her, Anne, the woman before me. Dark curls, calm eyes, holding a cup of coffee like a memory. For a second, I think of leaving, but something roots me. She notices me too, hesitation flickering across her face. I raise my hand, a small wave. She walks over, cautious but curious. "This is weird," she says, setting her cup down. I nod, completely weird. We laugh, and the tension dissolves like sugar. We talk, not as rivals but as survivors. "He romanticizes intensity," she says. "But he's terrified of real closeness." Her words settle in me like truth I already knew. "He admired your steadiness," she adds. "But he didn't know how to value it." I smile, not bitterly, just done carrying his weight. When she leaves, I thank her, not for the past but for clarity. 2 weeks later, Mai's birthday fills a small restaurant with laughter. Dr. Than sits beside me, easy smile, warm voice. When his hand brushes mine, something flutters but doesn't hurt. After dinner, he asks, "Would you like to go out sometime?" The old me would have said yes immediately. The new me breathes, then smiles. "I'm focusing on myself right now," I tell him. He nods, no disappointment in his eyes. "I'll see you around then." On my balcony that night, the city hums below. The air tastes of rain and promise. I open the old wedding binder, now filled with new plans. Courses I want to take, goals I want to reach. Notes from mentoring the new nurse who reminds me of myself. I flip to a blank page and start writing. I am not someone to settle for. I am someone to choose with clarity, not fear. The words feel like a vow, this time to myself. Inside, the clock ticks softly, steady and sure. I close the binder, sip my tea, and watch the sky turn gold. No ring, no regrets, no ghosts left to chase. Only me, whole and awake, standing in my own light. And for the first time, that is enough. Morning light spills through the lavender walls. I sit by the window, coffee warm between my hands. Outside, the city hums, unaware of the small miracle inside me. Today marks exactly 1 year since everything fell apart. I remember the recording, the ring, the door closing behind me. It feels like another lifetime, another woman's story. The air smells of peace and fresh beginnings. My phone stays silent on the table, and I like it that way. No waiting, no wondering, no wishing someone would return. I open my journal, the pages filled with truths I earned. I am enough, I read aloud, voice steady and soft. It doesn't feel like an affirmation anymore. It feels like fact. The clock ticks, gentle and kind. I smile, not for anyone but for myself. The woman who once broke is now blooming. No grand ending, no applause, just quiet certainty. I stand, stretch, and open the window wider. The world rushes in, bright, alive, forgiving. I breathe it in and whisper, "This is home." And for the first time, I believe it completely.